room, sitting down on a carpet with a controller in my hands, just like most kids these days. Never any more outdoor time. Only video games. But there was one game in particular that I was playing. Fortnite. Now most of you have heard of it. If you haven't, then, well, where have you been? Anyway, let's get started the story. Like I said, most kids play Fortnite now. Well, I stopped, all because of April 13th. Or Friday the 13th. I was playing for my YouTube channel, and I was going to title the video, Playing Fortnite on Friday the 13th. Because, well, why not? My channel is based off creepy things, so yeah, I decided to. I started my intro and did a quick summary of what I was going to do. I started into a new round and just started recording the face cam, and something happened. I will roll the clip now. So for those of you who didn't know, it's Friday the 13th today, and apparently Friday the 13th is an unlucky day, and my channel is kind of based off creepy stuff, so I thought I had to do something. So we're going to be testing to play Fortnite. I'm using my wireless controller right now because my wired controller because my wireless one isn't working right now for some reason. So I'm going to be using my wireless controller. Hopefully the vibration noises don't get in the video. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and turn it on. Oh, bro. Dude, what the? Okay, so as you guys saw in the clip, my speaker fell off the side of my window and broke. I was going to record more, but I lost my phone. I know what you're thinking. How could I have lost my phone? Well, it was on my tripod after I picked up my speaker, and I later found it under my pillow. Don't ask how that happened, but that's why the clip just suddenly froze. I don't know what happened to it, and that's why I didn't post yesterday. It took me a day to find my phone. So about 20 minutes of looking, I just turned on my Xbox so I can play Fortnite, as I heard a crash behind me. My rare Chase Funko Pop had fallen off my shelf. At this point, I closed my door and shut my blinds on my window. Something was definitely odd. In fact, I'm still writing the script the morning after these events, and I still feel kind of creeped out. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here about Fortnite. So later that evening, I decided to turn my Xbox, like I planned to earlier. I switched it on and selected Fortnite. Its loading screen took a while to load until it finally worked. I clicked ready and waited in the lobby. Suddenly I heard a knock on my window. I jumped and I shook as goosebumps went down my arm. I was scared to look back. I closed my eyes and prayed nothing was there. I was 2 stories high. What could possibly be outside my window? With all my strength and looking, I quickly spun my hair around and faced the window. Nothing. I relaxed, happy nothing was there. Suddenly my doorknob started to turn. I jumped back, frightened and frozen in fear, turned around and looked for somewhere to hide. Under my bed, I quietly crawled underneath my bed and covered myself up with stuffed animals, so whoever was coming in wouldn't see me. The doorknob was still turning. Luckily, I locked it. Then I heard the sound of screws unscrewing. Whatever was out there was unscrewing my doorknob. Then I heard a loud clank as the doorknob fell to the floor. I held my breath, shaking in fear. Whatever was inside was very light, as I made just a tiny poof noise as I walked. I laid flat under my bed, not making a noise. It was walking around my bed to where I was. I froze, carefully peeked through a tiny hole under my bed. I was shocked. It was a skinny figure with thin arms. It was not human nor animal. It had no fingers, just points at the end of its arms. There was no texture, just flat and smooth. Its feet had no toes, just points like its hands, and its head was an oval with no face. What was the most shocking, though, was it was not actually standing. It was a black shadow in the shape of a figure in my wall, carefully tiptoeing towards the window. It swiftly went to my window and began to slide it open. It used its sharp arms and pried open the mesh that laid beyond the glass. Suddenly, another crawled through the window. It had let another in. The 2 figures began to tiptoe backwards and then out of my line of sight. I waited for about an hour until I fell asleep under the bed. In the morning, I crawled back out from under my bed. Nothing. My Xbox was still on. I wondered where they went. I was going to switch off my Xbox when I saw one. The shadow thing, in the Fortnite lobby, looking at me with its blank face. Then it ran at me. It came out of the TV, leaping at me as I jumped back in horror. Its face was blank, but it was screaming at me. It reached its arm out of the TV and pulled itself out. It tried to grab my ankle. It got me. Its dark, shadowy points, hands melting onto me. Black liquid wrapped around my leg. It started to pull me in. "Join us," it screamed horrifically as I yelled and cried. It wrapped its other around my other ankle, bringing me closer and closer. I yelled and kicked, but it did no good. I was done for. It kept pulling me in until I was right in front of its face. Except there was no face. But then it gave off a wide, creepy smile and screeched loudly at me, bringing me closer and closer, and in horror I watched my foot go into the TV like a portal to a different realm. Then it let go. I fell backwards. Something was pulling it back in the TV. It screeched and yelled until it gave off one last sentence. "I'll see you July 13th, as it was sucked back into the TV. Nothing remained. The air was still. I checked my clock. 12:01. Friday the 13th had ended. That's why it was sucked back in. Because it had just ended. Friday the 13th is a truly bad day. I'll show you a drawing of what I saw.